Hello everyone. So welcome back to our last module which we will be discussing about on stage courage. In our previous module we have seen a lot of tips and tricks that how to be a fluent public speaker, and when you hold the mic and you begin anchoring, what are the skills required to be a great anchor. Now you have arrived on the stage and you have to build that courage on the stage. Now how do you do that? How do you do that? What is stopping you to build that courage? The first factor which stops us to build the stage courage is the fear of make yourself present on stage. Managing that stage courage connects you to the fear of public speaking. Now public speaking plays a vital role when we talk about presenting ourselves on stage. It's all about how you're going to talk, how you're going to take the crowd ahead, and how you're going to start. Is there any kind of nervousness or a kind of something which is stopping you to build that courage on stage? So what is that, how does it happen? The first thing which starts is with the nervousness. So I have quoted in this manner by the Mark Twain. I would love to share this quote with you all, that there are two types of speakers: those who that are nervous and those who that are liars. So as you can see, the people those who lie and they show that they're very confident enough to deal the things on the stage, and they're very courageous enough to deal the things on stage. They somewhat they lie within it. So why do we lie? Because this very natural, it's a very natural thing, but we don't want to expose the nervousness which is happening around us. So how this nervousness functions in our body? There are multiple reasons that as we have discussed in our previous module as well. We have a sweaty palms and we have butterflies in our stomach. There are many ways of being nervous as you are going to lead the audience. So what you're supposed to do when you are presenting yourself on stage. So the backup plan, the through 2 to 3 days of your speech, just before your speech, is extremely a crucial days for you, because in those days your content should be so perfect that you are focusing on preparing yourself to be better on stage. So your preparation should be the stronger one, and it should not it should not be an incomplete preparation. The preparation should have the highlights of your content and how you are going to take the flow with the audience. So in case if you have added your own creative ideas, you will feel more comfortable on stage because this is your own ideas. So you feel more comfortable because you are delivering your own ideas. So I would suggest that when you go on stage, develop the content in such a manner that you have your own ideas and views to show the world. Because when you get these scripted ideas, we lack in presenting it, because those ideas are not yours. It is you have just taken it from somewhere and then you are presenting it in a manner. So it is highly important that you should focus on preparing yourself for the content with your own ideas. Practice, practice, practice. Now once the preparation is done, you know how to go with the flow. 3 days just before the speech, you should practice in such a manner that you are actually delivering the entire event just 3 days before. So when you develop that confidence, you actually very confident enough to present yourself on stage. Now this practice, it can be done with your employees, with your colleagues, or any of the coordinators who are there around you, those who can see that where you lag behind, and you will also get the feeling of being the audience are being presented right in front of you when you are on stage. So how you speak, so your practice makes you perfect. So till now, being a successful trainer, I practice a lot when it comes to presenting myself on stage. So my presentation is just 30 minutes of presentation on stage, but I make sure that I've devoted almost 3 to 4 days to practice my perfectionist presentation. So I don't lack on these those areas, because that is reflected on the day of presentation. The result of your practice will be reflected when you present yourself on stage. Now as you practice, you actually visualize your audience on the stage and the setting which is going to be present on the day of your presentation. So you will be more focused that what kind, how the audience is going to look on you, what kind of reactions they are going to have when they will listen you on stage. And yes, of course, the settings which are going to be there depending on the event which you are going to held upon. So when you start practicing yourself, just visualize your audience, because it is so important to know your audience just before you appear yourself on stage, because the quality of the audience, it matters a lot, because the response which they are going to give you after listening to your speech, it's going to take over the entire show. So just try and know your audience well, and visualize it, that what kind of reaction is going to expected, what questions they are going to ask you, the expected question. You should have a list of expected questions from the audience, and how you're going to address it, how you're going to address those questions. If it is yes no type of question, there is a way of addressing the audience. You need to follow certain ways, and you practice in such a manner that you are actually delivering your final speech 3 days before. So then when you reflect yourself in the practice, in the final day of your presentation, your practice result will be reflecting on the presentation. The four most important things when we talk about the stage courage, you should arrive early on the place, and you should see the flow, the projectors, and everything is perfectly aligned. If there is any loopholes you find, if there is any problem you see, immediately connect with the technicians, and get the things done as early as possible. And be comfortable at your own place, and just stand at that place where you're going to speak. So it makes a difference, it adds on, it gives you that feeling that this is the place you are going to narrate, or you are going to lead the crowd right in front of this entire place. So arriving early, it actually boosts your confidence level, and you actually focus yourself to be more confident. Then once you arrive early, you need to stand there as we have discussed, and you keep speaking to the audiences. Now when I say just before the event, to whom you will speak, there might be going to be your relative around, or maybe your the event organizers, or maybe you can say that some of the people who have started gathering to the show. So you need to have that kind of interaction with them, so that you will get the idea that what kind of audience is expected near the near the show which is going to happen just before you start. So familiarize yourself with your stage, stand there and get the feeling of being confident, and that it will connect you for a good stage courageous. Now, greet and get to know the people as they come in helps with talking to them from the stage. Now, there are some students, or there are some dignitaries which are going to be expected for your event. So at that point of time, you have to develop and show that kind of curiosity in you, that you are very happy to welcome them, and you don't have any kind of nervousness in you, although we have a bit inside us, but we are not supposed to show it. because the audiences around us, they will not see that we are nervous, but they will see the outer part of it, that how you are attending them, how you are greeting them. So it really helps you also to build that connection level when you are going to present yourself on stage. Be confident in your knowledge, preparation, and practice. Now, if you lack in these areas, it will definitely affect your presentation. So these three things, how whenever you are going to speak on stage, whatever topic you're going to hold it, it's very important that you should have the knowledge about your content. You need to be thorough, do lots of research, do lots of practice, do focus on the facts which are there related to your topic, and then prepare it accordingly and keep practicing. So when you practice facts, and when you generate such kind of knowledgeable scenario around the audience, automatically you feel very confident enough to gel with the audience, because you are actually sharing with them which is not even heard by the audiences. So your knowledge and preparation and practice, it goes hand in hand. So the first thing you need to focus upon the knowledge about your content, which is very important, and it develops a confidence in you. Then focus on how good you are. Remember, you prepared and practice. Then there comes a point where you will feel that, okay, are you going to give your 100%? Are you going to do it well? What if I lack? What if I cannot do this kind of things well? So just make sure the things that focus on, you have prepared a much better way than before, and you are going to present yourself in a best way. So have that kind of self talk, connect with yourself. If you are thinking that someone can give you the positive vibes, and someone can tell you that, okay, you are perfect, it's only you. Don't expect the people to say that they will judge you on the basis of your performance. So if you're completely dependent on the audience view, then you will never feel satisfied. So just focus yourself first, that you are good enough, as you have got the opportunity to build the stage courage on the stage. Then believe you are the best person to deliver this speech. The belief system which we have in us should be so powerful that it shouldn't matter that people are criticizing you, or people are blaming you that this work didn't went well. Just remember one thing, that when you are on stage, and when you are presenting yourself, the audiences will never stand up, and they will never tell you that here you went wrong, here what is I am expecting as an audience. They will not tell you anything about it. It's like you are leading the show, you are building the rapport. So how you connect yourself, and how much you believe in yourself, how much you trust yourself, to let the crowd, to take the crowd ahead in a superb manner. Remember, the audience is lucky to have you speak. Now just get the feeling that you are blessed, that you are getting a power to speak right in front of the audience. But the audience, at the same time, they are also very lucky to hear you. They are very happy to see the scenarios in the the positive vibes coming from you, and they are very happy to get you as a as a stage anchor, or the good presenter. So those qualities you should develop when we talk about the stage courage. So when you get that feeling, when you develop this positivity in you, you're definitely, you are turning all your fears of the stage into the stage courage. You are the expert, we are the expert. We need to get that feeling that no matter what, no matter how challenging speaker may come, or no matter you make a mistake, But you, at the end of the day, you need to keep that point that you are one of the experts, because we got an opportunity, you got an opportunity to stand on stage and speak. So this is something makes you different from others. There are so many audiences who are going to see you, but the chosen one is only you. So remember that you are the expert, and because you prepared, practice over and over. So when that expert's feeling you need to build up, that automatically will come once you focus on these parameters of preparing yourself and practicing yourself over and over again. Let me tell you, my dear friends, I'm mentioning these facts of preparing, practicing, and giving knowledge again and again, because when you stand on stage, it is so important to prepare yourself before 3 to 4 days thoroughly, and then it automatically shows a complete new, version of yourself when you are presenting on that day. Then, do you have that, that kind of scenario where you face to put your views right in front of your bosses, or maybe someone who is senior to you? Do you face trouble in talking to one of the audiences, or one on one? Why do we face it? Why do we face such scenario? I would like to explain you all. The reason behind this is you feel that you are not the expert one. You feel that you lack somewhere in your knowledgeable areas, and you feel that the person whom you're talking to is more powerful than you. So if you start developing this kind of feeling, automatically the courage which you develop on the stage is come down to zero level. So when we talk and connect with the audience, it's so important that you develop a positive approach, that you are the one of the experts who audience have approached to ask something. So this is so important, that considering yourself at a higher level, that no matter what situation will come, I am going to answerable. Now there are some techniques which we follow when it comes to one talking or talking with the audience. You may face such scenario where you don't need to answer some question, or maybe you don't know how to answer it. So in this manner, in this situation, you have to answer in such a diplomatic manner that even they should not get a feeling that you don't know the answer, and even your answer should be clean and precise. So just focus on what you are answering, and be prepared that this kind of questions are going to come. So what would be your action plan if you don't know anything? So how you twist that question, how you give how you build a humor, how you connect, and how you make audience smile at that point of time. So when you lead this, when you clear, when you learn this trick, it will definitely make you comfortable for the challenging questions which is going to come up from the audience. Now imagine that you are talking to a group. Just imagine that you are talking to a group, and a group has lots of knowledge, and they have a high expectations from you. They cannot just sit at one place and just keep listening to you. They are so excited to keep asking you the things, to keep making that things more comfortable. They actually look up to you, that when you are standing right in front of stage, and how much courageous you are and how much knowledgeable you are. So that we are going to, what is our expectation from you as a trainer, or as a resource person, or as a what you can say, as a performer, or because you are leading one group. So we set some certain kind of expectations from you. So does the individual scare you? Do you feel that kind of scariness? Now let me come to the group of people. The group of people is a collection of such individuals. So when as you can see in the picture, you will feel you or you will get all kind of people right from aging 6 years to aging 90 years. So you have a different collection of people in the group as an individual. So how do you deal with it? Because you should categorize the audiences in such a manner that we have this age group of a child. So what kind of questions are expected from them, and how you will deal with it, how you will deal with it. So you need to plan the audiences in such a way that you should get the criteria of their ages and their thinking capability and the expected questions which are going to come to you on your stage when you are building the stage courage. So they are the audience, they're just the audience, they are not the jury. But most of us, when we go on stage, we think that these audiences are judging us. They are the judge. No, they are not the judge. They are actually the happy people around you who look up to you as a trainer or as a great fluent public speaker. So stop thinking in this manner that you are judging them or they are judging you, or no one is here to judge you. They are just an audience. A quality of an audience is around you. How do you respond to it, how you deal with it is important factor. They are not there to judge you, so why should they scare you? So why should they scare you? So this module we will be discussing in the upcoming session, which is going to be our last session of the week. So why you feel scared? No matter what, we develop a lot of positivity around us, and we develop a lot of good vibes in us. But still, when you face the stage courage, the one of the factors which you are going to face is the audiences, definitely. And then when you face the audiences, you get the feeling that they are going to judge you. So why should they scare you? And why you get that feeling of being judged always. So we will be seeing in this last module, in the upcoming module, the answers of why the audiences scare you and how to overcome with it. So stay tuned, we will be meeting in our next module. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all your patience. Thank you so much.